Greetings everybody, this is Zeros2K bringing you my first Homefront video. This game's only been out for a week, but I just picked it up on Friday. Played it most of the day Friday and Sunday as well. And it took me until this game, which I got at level 20, to get a decent gameplay. I couldn't just jump right into it for a couple reasons actually, not just because the game is pretty different mechanically from what I'm used to, or Twitch-like games like Call of Duty and what have you. You're definitely going to see or feel more similarity to something like Battlefield Bad Company in the way of stuff like your run speeds and weapon animations, turn speed, even a little bit on the vehicle control, but I can't say too much because I spend most of my time on foot. If you're not familiar with the mechanic of this game, the big difference about this is their battle point system, and it's a currency that you'll see me earning with every objective completed and kill and assist, all that good stuff. You'll get X amount of points, and those points can be spent, like I said, like a currency. You see right now that I have 1100 BP down in the bottom right, and that can be spent on one of two things that you can select with each of your custom class. You'll see that just below my battle points, that if I press up for 300 battle points, I can buy a flak jacket that'll just spawn onto me as soon as I decide to buy it, and that will give me a little more protection, I assume, from both explosives and bullets, but I don't know for sure. And my down battle point purchase is set to the white phosphorus UCAV attack, and you'll see me use that later. And so the way that you go about earning battle points is really straightforward. You know, you get 130 points for killing an enemy, you get 50 points for an assist, you get 200 points for capturing an objective in this ground control mode, stuff like that. But there are modifiers. Like you'll see right there, I was just labeled as a level 1 threat for going on, I think, a 3-kill streak. And although I was immediately killed, once you become a threat, now your icon on the enemy minimap is going to show in yellow instead of red. And that shows that if they kill you, they're going to get bonus points for doing so. And you get bonus points for continuing your streak. Something like an extra 20 points for every kill that you get, or that sort of thing. And you know, I have to admit, that's one thing that I really like about Homefront. I think the different approach that they took for rewarding players for playing the objective and for going on kill streaks is just a really good balanced way of, you know, other reviewers have said stuff like by marking people who go on kill streaks that makes camping more difficult, and that can be true. But at the same time, if that person is a really proficient player, then people are going to continue to try and come and get him, and he's just going to keep mowing them down, getting more points, and more points means more points on top of that. You know, it keeps multiplying, and you get bigger rewards. Anyway, that's all just theoretical, really, because as much as I've played so far, which I want to say is somewhere around 8 hours, I honestly don't even know. Like I said, I'm up to level 20 right now, but in the time that I've played, high scores are just not that common. You don't get ridiculous kill-to-death ratios. People aren't quite proficient with the maps as of yet, and you know, you're just not going to see crazy gameplay yet. Anyway, moving on. What else is good about Homefront? Level design, I think, is pretty good. The sizes are definitely larger than most games, but not quite Battlefield large, and I think that that's spot on, because Battlefield stuff can be ridiculous, factoring in bullet drop with the sniping and everything. But yeah, I really like the maps and the spawning. You won't always know which direction the enemies are going to be respawning from, and that's good for anything, even just a regular team deathmatch. And that's actually where you'll see and appreciate it more, but it also shows itself in this ground control mode, where the way that it works, instead of I forget if I mentioned this already, but instead of like Call of Duty, where you just play to a set point amount, you're playing to a set point amount twice, or whoever gets to that twice. You'll see in the bottom left over the minimap that there's 2 squares at the end of either team's score bar, and like I said, first to 2 wins. But anyway, when the match starts, the domination points are in the middle of the map, and then depending on who wins, the next set of domination points are going to be moved into the losing team's territory, you know, giving them a leg up for the next round. And generally that doesn't make too much of a difference because the winning team will continue to win, probably because they have better players and they're just going to roll in and continue their win streak. And not to mention, if they're winning, then that means they have more battle points to spend, and then they've got the artillery to crush through your defenses or whatever. And anyway, I think all that's awesome. It lends itself to good balanced gameplay, provided you don't have a whole bunch of players who are just out there to find exploits and junk. But of course, that's the case with any game, so glossing over that. I guess the last area that I wanted to cover is the level progression, which I can't talk a heck of a lot about since I'm only up to 20 out of 50 so far, but what I've seen is pretty cool. There's not a lot of weapons to choose from, which is kind of a bummer, and even attachments are few and far between. I mean, mostly you're looking at just different variations of scopes, and while I think that's cool that you just don't really have that much to choose from or play around with, but there's a lot of perks that you can apply to your custom classes, which I'll have to go over in one of my future videos because I'm running out of time here. The perk system is cool. The way that you go about spending them, I think, is balanced and everything, but I won't know for sure until I've got to level 50. I'm sure there's some overpowered stuff in there. And also all the different things that you can spend your battle points on while you're in game, your airstrikes and vehicles and stuff. Anyway, that's game. I went 19 and 6 with 3 assists. I captured a point or 2 in there as well, I think. That's worth mentioning. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please remember to give it a like rating, and if you want to see more in the future, be sure to subscribe, because I'll be giving you a steady stream of content, not just with Homefront, but pretty much any good game that comes out, you can expect me to be putting some content up on my channel for it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you guys later.